Hello everyone, Mr. Nacho here, and today I have something completely different for you because we will be playing Helldivers 2. I've been having a lot of fun with this game recently. As you can see, I'm already level 50, which is max level for this game, and I have unlocked and experimented with all of the possible stratagems in this game, played quite a few hours, so I want to show you my setup and what I've been running. And also at the end I will show you two missions that were done extremely quickly because the loadout is just very good and the teammates are even better. So let's get right into the build. To start, let's go with the armor. The armor that I'm currently using is the one that you can get from the free war bond, which is the Trailblazer Scout set SC30. In general, the light armors in this game are the best currently, simply because the armor rating is not calculated correctly and it doesn't do anything for you. So the heavier armors don't really benefit you at all. They only slow you down and reduce your stamina regen. So the only stats that we will really be focusing on is the speed, stamina regen, and the armor passive ability. So these are the two ones that you can get for free from the Warbond. This one, the starting one, is extremely good as well. It is a little bit slower, but not by much. And it has an ability whenever you place a ping on a map, it will actually scan every 2 seconds. And the enemies and enemy patrols, which is even more important in Helldive difficulty, are 30% less likely to notice you. So this is a very, very good passive. Other great options would be the medium armors. This is the Trench Engineer set that gives you bonus recoil and increased grenade capacity. And there is the Bone Snapper, which gives you more stims, and stims effect duration is increased by 2 seconds. Both of them are great. It just depends whether you want to have more grenades or more stims. I would rather go with more stims, simply because we don't really want to use too many grenades. We'll just get to why very shortly. And we don't really benefit at all from the recoil, simply because of the weapons that we are using. So the Bone Snapper would be one of the best ones. The Infiltrator would be great, and the Trailblazer Scout would be very, very good as well. If you want to run anything else, that would be just your preference. I really like those ones. When it comes to the helmet and the cape, they don't really do anything, and they all have the passive of standard issue, so they don't have any additional bonuses. However, there is something special about the Trailblazer Scout helmet, which it changes the stats of your armor. I think it's a bug. It's not mentioned anywhere. It will get fixed in the future, or maybe it just has a passive that it doesn't say that it does. Anyway, if you just change to any other helmet, you will see that right now we have 56 armor rating, 544 speed, and 122 stamina regen. But whenever we actually change the helmet back to our Trailblazer Scout, it has 50 armor rating, 550 speed, and 125 stamina regen. So it reduces the armor rating and gives us more speed and stamina regen. I don't know why it does that, it's just the way it works. It's a helmet that you can get from the free Warbond. It's part of the Trailblazer Scout set. And same with the cape. The Cresting Honor is just as well part of the same set. Alright, so enough about armor. When it comes to the weapons, I know that some people will be inclined to just go with the Breaker, and if you want to do the top DPS and be the best at everything, then Breaker is clearly the winner. It has the most DPS and it has a perfect reload, and the range on it is just insane. So if you want to be the most optimized that you can be, then go with the Breaker. I, however, like the Slugger very much, because even though it says that it has light armor penetration, it actually has medium armor penetration. So whenever you see those red guys that hunker down and you cannot shoot them through their shell, this gun actually can just kill them if you just straight up shoot them at their head, which is great for me. This is unlocked quite late into the game, so if you want, you can just run with the Breaker or the Liberator. They are both unlocked very early, and Liberator is the gun that you start with. So it's extremely powerful. The Liberator Penetrator is not really that good. The Explosive one is just bad. The Diligence, it might be decent if you really want to use a DMR. The SMG Defender is very good as well, so if you want to use that's great. And it also has a passive where it's a one-handed gun, so whenever you need to take the SSD as one of the missions and bring it to a different location, then you can still use this gun, which is extremely good. And other than that, I wouldn't really recommend using anything else. These are the guns that basically just do the most damage right now and that are optimal for gameplay. If you feel like playing with anything else, then I won't stop you. This is okay. I would say that by far the weakest gun in the game is the scythe, unfortunately, because I think that is the coolest one. But right now, I wouldn't really recommend using it. Use anything else that you want, unless you want to be hyper optimized, then as I've said, go with the breaker. When it comes to the secondary, there isn't really much choice here, and since we already have the armor penetration on the slugger, we don't really need the senator weapon, so we can just go with the redeemer. This has the exact same damage as the starting pistol, the peacemaker, but it has much bigger capacity and it's fully automatic, so I don't see a reason to go with the Peacemaker over the Redeemer. The Uzi is just the best secondary in the game right now, and the grenade is a personal preference. I would say that the high explosive, so the one that you start with, the incendiary, the one from the premium warbond, or the impact one, which is quite late in the free warbond, they are all great and they are all just preference. I like the high explosive ones or the incendiary simply because the incendiary actually leaves a puddle of fire everywhere and it's difficult for the enemies to walk through it without taking tons of damage. And the high explosive is just decent for all around gameplay. Impact is decent, but it's hard to close some of the bug holes with it or the robot manufacturing places, so you might have some issues with that, but the high explosive will just do it all for you, and it's great. When it comes to the booster, if you're just starting up, then you will only have the Hellpod space optimization. This is the first one that you can unlock, and this is actually very decent. Then the next best one, I think, would be the stamina enhancement, which increases all Helldivers' stamina capacity and recovery, which is very, very good and useful. And the one that I like the most is the muscle enhancement, which just allows you to traverse through the difficult terrain with ease, which means that whenever there are some bushes or some things on the ground, you can just run through them without being slowed down. And being able to remove any CC in this game is great, simply because you'll do a lot of running and you won't always have the comfort of looking around what's beneath your feet, so it will just let you run much faster. So the ones that I would take if I had like a 4-person squad would be the muscle enhancement, the stamina enhancement, the Hellpod space optimization, and then the UAV Recon booster. I like this one more because it just gives you a better radar range, so you know what's up whenever you just want to scan for enemies. But the vitality enhancement is decent as well. I mean, usually whenever you get hit so hard that you have like a broken arm or any other injury, you would want to use a stim and just get rid of it anyway. So I don't really see too much usefulness in this one, but if you like it, then just go ahead and use this one. I would recommend those 4. Let's get to the stratagems and the fun of the game. So the first one that I would actually recommend using is the orbital laser, because it's extremely powerful. The only drawback that it has is that it only has 3 uses per mission, so make sure that you are the only one in the team that takes it, because if 2 people take it and they both call it in, then it uses charge from both of them and then you only have 1, and then you have 2 dead slots on 2 people, which is basically just wasting a potentially different stratagems that you could have brought. So just make sure that only 1 person takes it for the team, but it's very, very useful. Then we have the orbital rail cannon strike, which is extremely good for dealing with large targets. Then, as one of the earlier ones that you will unlock that is good, is the Eagle airstrike. Then you can upgrade it to the Eagle rocket pods and half-ton bomb. These are all great. This one should be exclusively used to fight off the Bile Titans, or to close up huge nests, or maybe just get rid of all of the eggs at the same time. This is a very powerful bomb, especially if you upgrade it later on, then this is insanely powerful. And then the upgrades that I would recommend taking would be the supply pack, because it's always useful. It's great if at least 1 person in your team has it. Doesn't matter on which difficulty it is or how high level you are. This one is always useful. And my personal favorite is the grenade launcher. It's great that you can unlock it so early. It's great at killing bugs, it's great at closing holes, it's great at destroying structures, it's just great overall, and the ammo economy on this is fantastic. But if you want to spam it and use it more of like a primary weapon, then just go with the supply pack of your own, and then you'll be able to have basically unlimited ammo. The Guard Dog Rover is very decent against bugs. It will keep all of the small bugs away from you. You might be damaged by its laser if you are positioned incorrectly, but this doesn't really happen all that much, and it's generally kind of useful. And the last one that you'll unlock at level 20 is the shield generator pack, which you will see that most people use because it not only saves you from damage from robots, it saves you from the damage from bugs, and it actually makes you immune to some CC, which is great, and the bugs won't really be able to one-shot you. Even the stalkers will have trouble getting through the shield. I'm not entirely sure how much health the shield has, but it's quite enough, and it will save your life a lot of times if you use it. All right, and let's get to the weapons. The first machine gun is decent for low-level missions because the enemies don't really have too much armor. Then we have the anti-material rifle, which is not really good at all. Then what I would actually recommend if you're low level is the expendable anti-tank, because it only has a cooldown of 70 seconds, and it actually allows you to deal with chargers very, very efficiently. Same as the recoilless rifle, the autocannon, and at level 20, finally, the railgun. The railgun, in my opinion, is the most powerful weapon in the game. A lot of people will agree. You can actually one-shot a Bile Titan with it if you shoot it in the mouth while it is puking at you. So this is a very potent weapon if you are skilled enough. And the spear is kind of useful if you can deal with its gimmick where it has to lock onto the enemy. When there are a lot of enemies and you need to be running constantly, you don't really have time to lock in a target, and then it will lock onto some smaller targets that are in the way. It's difficult to use in higher difficulties, but whenever you get to use it, this is actually pretty decent. And let me actually show you what my loadout would look like if I were going for a real mission. So I would most definitely go with the orbital laser. I would also go with the rail cannon strike. Then I would go with the grenade launcher because it's absolutely busted right now. And then it's your decision. You can go with the Gardo Grover, you can go with the shield generator backpack, or you can go with the supply pack backpack, and they will all work great. My personal favorite is the shield generator, and when it comes to the booster, I would just go with the stamina enhancement by default. If someone else chooses it, then I always change to muscle enhancement, and this is the setup that I would use. Let me now show you two missions that we cleared extremely quickly. The first one is a 40-minute mission that we did in like 12 minutes. It's gonna show you how powerful the build is and the power of friendship and cooperation as well. But other than that, this is all for the introduction. I hope that you will enjoy the gameplay, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a great day.
Requesting tac pack.
This is the solemn duty for which you were born.
Freedom requires firepower.
Defend democracy at any cost.
Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Tagging map. North.
Calling down a support weapon.
Found something.
Sweet liberty, my arm! How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Requesting air support. Reinforcing.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Requesting orbital.
Hive structure destroyed.
Eat this!
Calling in reinforcements.
Dropping a pin. Northeast. Point me to the enemy.
Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Calling down a support weapon.
Throwing grenade!
Found something.
Calling in reinforcements.
Freedom forever! Tagging map, south.
You have served democracy well. Extraction awaits.
Hive structure destroyed.
Sample collected. Rare sample acquired.
Terminate hive structure destroyed.
Dropping a pin, south. Found something. Reloading.
Calling in extraction.
Extraction shuttle inbound. ETA T-minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
Rolling supply beacon.
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Reinforcing. One life for Super Earth. Joining the fray. Tagging location. Support weapon. Marking location.
ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Calling in orbital strike.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
Freedom forever!
ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. Pelican 1, landing in progress. Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Another victory for the right side of history. The fate of all humanity's children are in your hands. Do not let them fall.
Tech pack inbound! Advanced weaponry! Tech pack inbound! down support weapons.
Bug outpost.
Found something.
Requesting air support.
Sending in an eagle.
Bug outpost!
Bug tunnel breach.
Sample collected.
Calling down a sentry.
Orbital inbound. Injury? What injury?
Mission
Requesting air
10 minutes
support.
remaining.
Reinforcing! Requesting orbital strike.
Calling in reinforcements.
Requesting orbital strike.
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
Bug outpost spotted. Prepare to exterminate.
Found something! Rare sample acquired.
Bug tunnel breach.
Sample collected. Found something! Found something! Bug outpost spotted.
You have accomplished Liberty's will. Extracted your discretion.
Found something.
Throwing grenade! Tracking map. East.
Sending in an eagle.
Look out, post! Reloading!
Bug outpost! Requesting air support! Sending in an eagle!
On my position.
Sending in an eagle!
Heavy. Southwest. 50 meters.
Dropping in extraction.
Mag's empty!
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Out of ammo! Reloading!
ETA T-minus 1 minute 30 seconds. ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Calling in orbital strike.
Calling in orbital strike! Mag's empty!
ETA T-minus 30 seconds. ETA T-minus 20 seconds.
Out of ammo!
ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone.
Throwing in fly beacon!
Pelican 1 approaching pickup.
Requesting orbital!
This is Pelican 1, preparing for touchdown.